it comes to digital audio players, Sony is one of those companies that still continues to manufacture them, and yet they are able to sell them at very accessible price points. One very good example would be the Sony NW-A105. This is an Android-based Walkman that is powered by Android 9, and you can basically download your favorite streaming apps onto this thing officially from Google Play. And you also get a USB-C port finally. There's no proprietary port from Sony anymore. It uses USB-C, so you're able to connect to external amplifiers without using an adapter. So after using for 3 months, here are my thoughts about the Sony NW-A105. Aesthetically, the Walkman A105 is very compact and lightweight. Though it isn't as sleek as a modern smartphone, it will fit into pockets without adding a significant bulk. Like other Walkman players, it is well built with an aluminum chassis and finishing with several color options to choose from. I picked the orange color as I find it to be the most striking among others. The playback control buttons have great tactile feedback, and it is very convenient. The Walkman A105 has a 3.6-inch 720p display, which looks good, but can be a little too small for some. Though navigating around the interface shouldn't be an issue, people with bigger hands will find it challenging to type on screen. Unlike some other digital audio players, the Walkman A105 thankfully doesn't have crappy specs. It is powered by a quad-core NXP IMX8 SoC with 4GB of RAM and 16GB of internal storage. Though not quite as powerful as a mid-range Android smartphone, it is powerful enough for casual web browsing, social media, and video streaming. Its Wi-Fi chip supports connecting to 5GHz networks for faster transfer speeds. The Walkman A105 runs Android 9, and Sony has been pretty good at delivering security updates every month. You'll have around 7GB of accessible internal storage upon the first boot to fill with apps and content, so having a micro SD card is essential. One thing Sony could have done better is not to pre-install the full suite of Google apps for more internal storage capacity, or allow users to remove them if they need to, because you probably wouldn't be using them anyway. Sony's Walkman music player app is similar to what you find on older players. It is pretty easy to navigate around with gestures and get access to a library and sound adjustment settings. Sony has unfortunately removed the ability to use the player as an external USB DAC. It's not something that I miss but would love to have as a standard feature. With a 1285 mAh battery, Sony claims up to 26 hours of continuous listening time based on MP3 playback with 128 kilobit per second bitrate. I haven't been able to measure that claim, but I can easily confirm it is way shorter than that as I listen to Flex and Spotify during the period. A 1-hour session with some occasional web browsing will bring down 25% of juice. Standby time is also really bad, and charging is extremely slow with a 5W input. So I would recommend enabling the auto off function to turn off the device after some time when you are not using it. I used a Sony MDR1000X and Creative Avana Trail headphones to test out wired playback quality on Spotify and compare it with my iPad Pro. The difference is pretty obvious, and the Walkman A105 was able to produce much better details and dynamic range even when audio enhancements are disabled. Once enabling Sony's DSEE-HX upscaling feature and tweaking the equalizer, music playback on Spotify sounds less like compressed audio. You definitely can't go back to the usual audio output on smartphones. Sony is selling the NW-A105 at 1,459 ringgit. But if you look elsewhere, which we recommend our friends at Starpickers Audio Library, you could probably get a very good deal off the player if you're serious in buying from them. So do check them out in the link in the description. As for now, that's all for my review on the Sony NW-A105. Subscribe to our channel for more videos coming right up, and be sure to follow us on the usual social media channels. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.